Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, FunsizedStyle. My name is Michaela, and thanks for stopping by. So for today's video, I wanted to just take this time to chat with you guys because there's a lot to update on, a lot that's been going on, and I appreciate all your love and support so much that I thought I should let you guys in on some things that have been going on. My last update video, it was kind of an update video about my surgery that I said I don't really do update videos that much, and now this is like my second one within like 4 weeks. I know a lot of people don't like these kind of videos, but some people really like them. But this video is going to be super long, super chatty. I didn't expect to make this video. There's just a lot of... October was a really hard month, like a difficult month emotionally, physically. There's just a lot of things that I found out this month that I was not expecting to endure and find out this month. So again, I figured I'd let you guys in on it, and if long chatty videos are not your thing, not the video for you, but just putting that warning in there first, because I know I'll get a lot of comments that say, your intro is too long, this video is too long. Like, I don't care. I just want to chat with you guys because I know some people really care and really like these videos. I guess I will kind of get into where everything began of what is going to be included in this update video, kind of what I've been up to, what I've been going through, enduring, things like that. Like I said, I didn't expect to make this video. I've said that like 9 times already, but I really didn't. I guess I will begin with the biggest thing. I have been vlogging a lot more recently. Well, not a lot more, but a little bit more recently. So definitely check out my vlog channel as well, because there's a lot of content on there, not more in-depth, first reactions to some of the stuff that I found out. Not that I'm not still affected by it now, but this was like almost 2 weeks later, and so I've had a lot of time to process it. So the way I explain things and the way that I say things and what I include may be different, just because, again, I've had things that have not changed, but just I have had time to process it and like really think it through, because sometimes when you receive news initially, your reaction is a lot different than like a week later and what your thoughts are about it. If you want to see my initial reaction and kind of all what happened, I will link my vlog channel down below if you're interested. On October 18th of this year, obviously, I participated in an osteogenesis imperfecta clinic at the hospital that I received my medical care at. And so my awesome orthopedic surgeon, you guys have seen her, not on this channel obviously, but on my vlog channel. But we're really involved with advocacy work together and like advocating for research and research funding and events that I help speak to some med students once in a while that she teaches and educate them like firsthand about osteogenesis imperfecta. We just have worked together on a lot of different things, which is really cool, because then we've kind of developed a friendship outside of the hospital, which is really cool. I think it's really special when you have that with your doctor. Like, not a lot of people do. They get to know you, like I said, as a person outside of the hospital, and what you're really like when you're not at the hospital, because hospitals are kind of a bummy place to be sometimes. She started this clinic 3 years ago. I've been participating in it from day one, like the first year. Basically what it is they call it a multidisciplinary clinic, gathering research data for them. I don't participate in experimental medication studies. I don't do bisphosphonate medications. They don't really get a lot of data on me and how OI affects me. But I have donated, like, when I've needed surgery, I've donated like some of the bone that they've had to remove. I've donated that to research. So I have done some research, have helped in research in some way. This is another way that I'm able to, because it doesn't require me to do any medicine, and this is just a clinic to see like where you are on an average day. So there's like all kinds of different specialists that you see, and every year it's a little bit different. There's audiology, otolaryngology. This year they added psychology for people that struggle in a way in any form of, that area, and I do so with anxiety, so I did that this year. And then they have, of course, my orthopedic clinic, and then the optometrist. So there's different like specialists, and they just kind of chat and chat about your normal and do just like basic stuff. No, like, it's not intensive testing or anything, but like at my ortho clinic they do like head circumference and arm span, and we did like a survey about like our independence and how happy we are about our quality of life or whatever the survey is. And it's just, again, just baseline stuff. And so I really enjoy going. Sometimes I actually find out some super good information. Nothing new or groundbreaking, like research in osteogenesis imperfecta. Like, there hasn't been any groundbreaking discoveries in like 30 years. The treatment's still the same. Like, rotting is like pretty much the only treatment. So because our bodies don't produce enough collagen, and that's the reason for the condition, it's such a complex thing to study, because it's like your genes, your DNA, you're really complicated. And collagen isn't just something like that you can inject, and you can't just take that collagen powder. Like, it's more than that. So it's very complex, and pharmaceutical companies and medical companies are so focused on these bisphosphonates, and I'm not an advocate for those, but I've never been on them. They're not focused on like the root cause, which is like collagen deficiency. I really like going to kind of provide any bit of research help that I can. I guess I should say to help advance research in any way that I can. Like I said, I really don't mind going, and I like to help out in that area whenever I can, because everybody that can participate in research in some way where this is like one step closer to better treatment or management or something like that. This year we went to all my appointments, and the first day was when I met with my orthopedic, and who runs the clinic and I'm super close friends with. It happened to be like 4 weeks exactly post-op of my surgery. I thought it was just going to be like a, oh, like, how you doing after surgery kind of thing, like you're feeling good, and like that was going to be all, or like, is there anything else that you need, or like any concerns that you have. Pretty much it ended up being a lot more than that. I am healing super well from surgery. In fact, she said I'm healing perfectly, which was wonderful news, but I also received some not wonderful news. So if you've been following my vlog channel, I have been in the last year, kind of year or two-ish, more like year and a half, kind of noticed a more significant progression in my scoliosis. And if you don't know what that is, it's a curve in your spine, and it's a super common thing among individuals with osteogenesis imperfecta, no matter what type you have. But even if you have like type 1, you usually have some form of curvature in your spine, even if it's like 10 or 20 degrees, like it's usually some form. For individuals with type 3, like myself, you have very large curves, and so oftentimes people will have what's called spinal fusion, which is where they go in and they fuse your spine and straighten it out to the best. I never had it. The reason is because as a child I was always fracturing arms and legs and always having rotting surgeries and re-rotting surgeries. And you're not just born with severe scoliosis, it's like progression over time. And so my scoliosis didn't used to be bad. We just never did it because I was always having like other issues. And when you have really complex health issues, you have to prioritize what's most important, what's most significant, and what's causing issues at the moment that's preventing you from living your daily life in the best way possible. And my back was never an issue, never had back pain. I still don't really have back pain. I mean, I get a bit of discomfort now, but that's it, like no pain. Once I tell you the degree of my curve, you're gonna fall off your chair, because the fact that I don't have stabbing pain is like a freaking miracle. So I never had it, but now we are kind of reaching the danger zone, as I call it. My curve is really bad, and if we don't do anything about it to either stop the progression, because my spine will never be perfectly straight because it's too far gone. So if we don't do anything to stop the progression or to straighten it out to the best of the ability that it's able to, I could be in a lot of trouble health-wise. I have been getting a second opinion from a neurosurgeon in Wilmington, Delaware. He specializes in OI spine. I was like, yeah, I'm going to him. I think it's because like so many people in the OI community were like pressuring me to go to this guy. Some people were saying, unless you don't go to this guy, like you're not going to get good results. And like they don't even know my awesome orthopedic surgeon. It was like a lot of pressure. And I think it's one thing to offer advice and like give suggestions, but like when you see a comment that like somebody already said, don't keep mentioning it and don't pressure people, because everybody's situation and comfort level with somebody is different. I've been consulting with them to see if their game plan on this is the same as my ortho's, because if their game plan was different, then I'd have to get a third opinion, see who's right basically. Everybody's is kind of the same. I'm gonna stay here in Michigan since it's the exact same. My ortho does spine surgery all the freaking time on OI patients, and she's done curves just as bad as mine. This is not her first rodeo with a curve like mine. If I was the first one with a curve like this that she's done, then I would say no, but like she's done this quite frequently. I have no doubt. When I was consulting with the people in Delaware, they wanted me to get like a super updated x-ray of my spine. One of the things that I was going to bring up to my ortho here in Michigan at the clinic this year, but I didn't expect the magnitude of the conversation and the fact that, and I'm glad she did, because I did not want to be the one to. In June, I got a updated x-ray of my spine, and it's really bad. I have a curve of 150 on the top and 170 on the bottom. Really bad curve, and like I said, we're kind of in the danger zone now. I'm not in any danger at the moment, obviously, because I'm not in the hospital. I could be in the future if we don't do anything. She walked in the room and we talked about my surgery and how everything went great and I'm healing wonderfully. And then the pretty much bombshell went off of news. She just really cares about me, and she's told me that before, and just that I mean a lot to her and the things that I've helped her with. Well, this was hard for her to tell me too, because she knows, like, from a medical standpoint, how bad it is, how risky this is. Because as a good doctor, they have to tell you all the risks. With medical technology now, there's obviously not as many, like, well, not as many, but they're not as likely, because medical technology is so much better than when these surgeries were done 30 years ago. After we got done with the surgery conversation, she said, I actually have a concern that I would like to talk to you about, if that's okay. And I knew immediately it was about my spine, because I had that x-ray. Like I said, I was going to bring it up, but I didn't know how bad it was. Now, I don't want you people to think and say, why didn't they tell you a lot sooner how bad it was? Because I was getting a second opinion to make sure that everybody was on the same game plan, and I didn't want to know how bad it was, because I would just worry about it. With my anxiety, like my mind just goes to the worst case scenario. That's what anxiety is, and at least for me. And so I didn't want to know at the time. But now I want to know, because now we have to do something. Well, we don't have to. I ultimately get to make the decision, but I would like to do something about this. She said, with your most recent spine x-ray, I am very concerned about the future for you. And I was like, oh, serious conversation? Your spine is super, super curved. As you know, like, this is obviously not a surprise to any of us. We've known that, but I never had any adverse health effects from it, so it's one of those things of like, why fix what's not broken kind of thing. She said, I'm worried for you and the future of your heart and lungs. And I was like thinking, oh my goodness, like this is like the most serious conversation we've ever had about my health, ever. That my lungs are on the edge, that were her words, of on the edge of not being able to function on their own in the future if we don't do anything to stop the progression. It got very emotional very quick, because as a doctor they have to be upfront and honest with you, which I appreciate. That's the way that it should be, and that it is. She said, if we don't do anything about this in the near future, you will most likely be on a trach permanently. Those of you that know me know that I am not an emotional person. Not that I don't care about things. Everybody just expresses their emotions differently, and that's just not how I react to things. But not this time. It was so severe and so shocking to me because I didn't expect this magnitude. I didn't know that it was bad, and so I was like, oh no, and I just lost my crap. I cried in front of my entire medical team that was in the room, and there's like 8 people in the room, and I lost my crap. And they're just like comforting me, and they're like, it's okay, like I'm so sorry we had to bring this up to you, but we just don't want anything to happen to you and in the future, and that's why we're talking about it now. So they're just comforting me, and it's a scary reality, and it was such like a bombshell of news because I didn't know that it was that bad. And so we kind of just talked it through. I was really shook up, and I was like, what does this look like? What do we do? There's a lot of risks. The way I explain it to people is that there's guaranteed risks if I don't do anything. The trach part just really shook me up because I never saw that for myself, ever, and something like that would alter my life forever, I guess, and really limit my mobility and independence. It scares me a lot, and I wasn't expecting. So basically the reason that happens is because if your spine is really curved and like compressed, it can, I use the term like, suffocate your heart and lungs. That's obviously not good because you need those to live. We kind of talked about what this looked like, and once I got done being emotional, and it was really hard for them to see me like that. I know it was really hard for her too. I think nobody's seen me like that. Nobody in that room has, because I'm just not an emotional person. I'm like, yeah, let's do this, like, woohoo, like, we got this, let's do it. And not this time, because it's life-altering conversation, and it was a lot. Her and I mean a lot to each other, and she knows that, and so this was hard for her because even though she's, like I said, a medical professional, she's still my friend. But I'm glad she brought this up. I'm a kind of person, everybody's different, but I didn't tell her this because she didn't do this, but I'm a person that, like, don't sugarcoat stuff. Tell me how bad it is. Tell me the reality of it, because I would rather know than to not know and, like, be super shook up. After I got done crying to my team and just saying I'm scared, and I said my #1 priority is my heart and lungs, and I said, but I'm scared. It's just a lot. We just really need to get moving on this. Well, part of our conversation, she asked me when my next pulmonary appointment is. Ironically enough, none of my lung issues are because of my scoliosis, because I have had all these conditions prior to my scoliosis being bad. So like, you can have a curve that's like just like that, like just a little curve that doesn't affect your lungs. But when you have a curve like mine, where it's like this, I'll see if I can find an x-ray of like a 150 curve. I'm not going to put my x-ray, but I'll find like a similar one so you can kind of get an idea of what my curve looks like. And so obviously you can have a curve that's like, and I'll use my fingers, you can have a curve that's like this that doesn't affect your lungs. But when you have a curve like this, that like really curved, that's when it starts to affect your lungs. And so I have like asthma, restrictive lung disease, all kinds of things. So that's a lot to take into account. And my ortho wants to make sure that my pulmonary team is on board with this, and that they think that my lungs can sustain a surgery like this, because the surgery, at least for me, would be 8 to 10 hours. It's like the longest, biggest surgery I will have ever had. And there's also a tiny risk though that if my lungs are not able to rebound after the surgery, that I still could be on a trach permanently after the surgery. That scares me because it's like I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. But I use that phrase of like guaranteed risks, and that's not something I want to wait for. It's like a ticking time bomb. And she asked me when my next pulmonary appointment was scheduled for, and I said March, and she said, we need to move that up. I was like, oh, this is like serious. This has been going on for like a long, obviously 20 years. Scoliosis takes a while to progress for some people. It's not like I said, it's not like I was born with a curve like this. I used to have no curve. It's just kind of one of those things. Even though I know that the Lord has it all planned out, like this is the most frightening news and like frightening thing that I will have to go through. I don't know what this looks like. I've never been through anything like this in my life. This is freaking frightening. We're gonna have an appointment November 1st, or November 1st, and we're gonna talk about as a team what this looks like, and can I safely make it through a surgery like this. we left that day. That happened to be our last appointment of the first day with the ortho, and which was good, because I don't think I would have been able to go through to another appointment because I was just too emotional. My team is just amazing. Like, I'm going to say this 9 times throughout the video. My team is just so loving and caring, and they're like my cheerleaders. I could not ask for a better team. Like, I think of people in Africa that have to walk miles for dainty, little, decent medical care. Like, I go to this elaborate, one of the best in the nation's hospitals. I have the best team, and like, not only are they the best medically, but just as people, they're just so kind and loving, and like, they're my cheerleaders, and they consider me family. They know I'm struggling with this news. The next day was what hit me like a ton of bricks. It was just a lot to process. Kind of like I woke up like, oh, did we really have that conversation? Like, you know, was it just a terrible nightmare? But then, of course, like, obviously, yes, we did have that conversation. We stayed overnight at a hotel because the clinic is 2 days, so rather than driving like 4 hours back and forth both days, my family went to breakfast that next morning. I didn't go because I'm never hungry in the morning. I love breakfast food, but I'm just never hungry in the morning. I was in a, like, holding back the tears, and so I messaged my pulmonary NP nurse practitioner, because my pulmonary NP, because we are also super close, like family, of the vet camp that I attended, because I have sleep apnea, so I use a Trilogy at night, which is like a form of BiPAP, but it has more customized settings, so it's like a ventilator, but I don't use it as a ventilator, if that makes sense. Like, it doesn't breathe for me. But I've gone to this camp for 7 years, and then this year, 2019, it will be 10 years, but I don't think I'll be able to make it this year because of spine stuff. I don't know what that'll look like. That'll really crush me too. It's like the 30th or 35th anniversary, and it would be my 10-year mark, so like 10 years in a row. Like, I haven't missed a year in 10 years, and so this will be my 3rd year volunteering, and so that's really going to shake me up too. But we're really close, and she's seen me grow up because I've been a patient of hers for 10 years. I messaged her because we are like family, and I know she would also be really not shook up, but like shocked by the news, because she knows I have really bad scoliosis, but from like a pulmonary standpoint, I've been doing really good, and we want to keep it that way. But why my ortho brought this up, because she knows we want that too. I knew she would be really shocked by it. My ortho's nurse messaged them that same night and kind of like lightly filled them in, because my ortho didn't have a chance to talk to them face to face before I met with my NP that morning, which I'll get into, because my ortho was doing surgery. So the nurse kind of messaged her, like, said, hey, we need to move Michaela's appointment up. We have a major concern. We're worried, you know, about her lungs and all this stuff. I knew she would probably get the message, like, right away from the nurse that morning. And so I messaged her while they were at breakfast. She's someone that I know I can go to with, like, literally everything and anything to just, like, talk to, because she's, like, the easiest person in the world to talk to. I'm not sure if you got the message about from the nurse about what the news I received yesterday about everything going on. Like, I'm super shook up, and I want, like, an outside source of somebody to talk to about this. I have an appointment at 9 a.m., but I'm free after that till 1. So I said, can you give me a call? Because I didn't know if she'd be, like, having appointments that day with other patients, or even if she was around in like, that same vicinity. She must have known I was, like, not good, because I've never messaged saying I'm shook up, like I need somebody to talk to. She knows I'm like, yeah, let's do this. It'll be great. She's usually really quick about writing back, but this was like super fast. 20 minutes. Like, she's like, I'm here at the hospital today. I'm not doing appointments. We just have some random stuff that we have to do. Like, do you want to meet face to face? And so I was like, yes. Yes, please. Yes, yes, yes. Like I said, my ortho and her didn't have a chance to talk because my ortho was doing surgery, so she was only filled in a little bit about from the nurse. I had to fill her in about everything, and like, she didn't even know that, like, the risk of trach is, like, now on the radar. Once I mentioned that to her, I just cried even more. Her and I are really close, and I knew that was gonna be, like, a lot for her to hear too. She was like, oh my goodness, like, I didn't see that for you. She knows I have scoliosis. She's a pulmonologist. She does pulmonary stuff. She's not a scoliosis expert. She knows the effect that they can have on each other, but not, like, individually. And I got to the trach part, and I lost it. I just cried and cried to her. Her and I are just so close. She's seen me at my best times in my life and at my worst times, and seen me grow up, and I'm so just a very close person. And I'm so glad. I mean, family is one thing, but to have an outside source, because my family heard it all. Like, they know I'm struggling, and it's emotional for them too. So for me to have someone else, like an outside source, and that knows the medical side of it, is like really special. Like, she just let me cry to her for like 2 minutes straight. It's just a lot. I have a lot going for me at 20 years old. This platform has taken off more than I could ever imagine, and there's so much I want to do with this. And she's like, you have a long life to live. You have so much going for you. Just like comforted me, gave me a hug, and was like, we're gonna be there with you every step of the way, and talked it all through. And I'm not gonna explain everything in the conversation, because I want to keep some of the emotion private, but mostly consisted of tears. She said, I can't lie to you. She said there are risks to doing this, but I think that this could give you a lot of good. My surgeon my pulmonologist knows her as well, because they work together also with other patients. And she said, I'll be honest with you, obviously I don't have spine issues, but she said if I did, like, she would be the one that I would pick to do my surgery. That was really comforting, and which I already knew that because I have had umpteen surgeries with her too, and I feel the same way. And she said, obviously we're going to talk more in depth about this, and I have to have a pulmonary function test, or PFT, to kind of see where my lung function is. It's always been stable, but now that this bombshell has been brought up, and since my surgery, I have kind of noticed more discomfort, and that could be since I was like laying down for so much time. But we're just going to make sure that my lung function is still stable. I'm going to make a decision on something, because even though trach is a risk, there's like guaranteed risk if I don't do anything. She said, but what I can tell you, like, you've always been stable. From a pulmonary standpoint, you're actually the best you've ever been. My trilogy settings are perfect. My asthma's a lot more under control. Like, I don't cough as much, and so I'm at a really good place right now. And so basically now would be the best time to do something, since I'm at such a good place before my lungs aren't at a good place. That gave me a lot of hope, and she's never seen me like that. And said, like, I can tell you're struggling. It was just a lot. I've never been that vulnerable to her, I guess. I just let it all out. Chatting in there with her like for almost over an hour, just to have that time, just her and I. Nobody else. It meant a lot and gave me a lot more peace. They just really care for me. And some of my cheerleaders, and not everybody has a team that they consider family, a medical team that's considered family. Even though this is a bummy situation, like a frightening situation, I couldn't ask for a better situation team-wise. God has blessed me with some of the best people in the nation to do this. That's kind of where that's at, so I won't have any more information on that until November 1st, kind of what this looks like, and then they will consult with my ortho about what we talked about, and then it'll be the next step. The other part of it is, before spinal fusion, you have to do what's called halo traction. This metal ring that's like drilled into your skull, and there's like 6 pins, and it like pulls, and it's like this little machine attaches to your wheelchair. Like, even if you're not a wheelchair user, you have to be in a wheelchair for this, because it's like attached, and it like pulls up on your spine, helps stretch it to make it a little bit straighter on its own for surgery, and then it makes more room to operate, and makes it easier to operate even with super severe curves. Obviously, we'll be lucky to get my curve to 120, but it's better than what it was. Even if we can stop the progression, because my lung function is good. I'm not having issues now, so even if we can stop the progression, I can live with the curve that I have now. Halo traction is 6 weeks. I would be like completely not able to do pretty much anything for myself. I mean, my arms will still work. My head is going to be attached to this machine, and it's 6 weeks that I would have to be in it because of the severity of my curve. Some people are only in it for a week or 2 weeks because of my curve. They said I would be 6 weeks. If that's something that I decided to do, I still have need another surgery to have the halo put on, which the surgery for the halo is like 40 minutes. And so it's a quick surgery. You have to like clean the pins out every day with like peroxide, and that's not something I'd be able to do because like I can't see the tiny holes, and like it would just be a lot for my parents to do, because to see their daughter with this metal ring around their head, like with like pins like drilled, it's literally drilled like into your skull. I might be in the hospital for that whole time, which I kind of hope I am, because it'd just be so much easier, because I'm not going to be going outside of my house for 6 weeks, because you know me, I'm all about confidence, but like nobody wants to see you with this like big machine attached to your head. I obviously get stared at like more than most people do in public. Obviously that doesn't bother me, but I'm just not going to be going out with halo traction on my head. It's just not happening. Surgery is just a long recovery. They even said right off the bat, we're going to keep you intubated for, we don't do this with everybody, but because of your lungs and all your other health stuff, we're going to keep you intubated for at least a day so that your lungs can rest and so that your body can focus on healing after a 8 to 10 hour surgery. And then I'd also have a feeding tube for a few days, because obviously I'm not going to be able to eat a feeding tube that goes in my nose and then in my stomach. The scary part is that I'm worried about is when I had H1N1, I was on a ventilator, but I was sedated because I tried to pull it out, and I was really, really young. There's just that, but that's like petty stuff we need to worry about, just like getting through that. So I have no idea what this journey will look like. We're just gonna double make sure at this appointment that my lungs are good to go for surgery, safe for surgery, and then we're gonna talk about with my ortho, okay, what is the plan? Like, when are we doing this? What does this look like? And then 4 weeks before Halo, they want me to do physical therapy to prepare my spine to kind of get stretched. But the problem is it's becoming winter here in Michigan, so I don't know if I'm going to be staying at a Ronald McDonald house while I do physical therapy. I have no idea. So I could be in the city where the hospital is for like 3 months, because immediately after my last therapy appointment, I had to go into Halo traction like right away. Right now my first step is information gathering, like seeing, okay, what does this look like? Is this safe? How do we make this work with everything else? I know that the Lord will guide us and guide my team in the right direction, and whatever the outcome is for a reason. This is where faith comes in, because I know the Lord is a good Father, and He's healed me so many times, and I know He will again. And I know I have so much purpose. I'm scared. Like, this is the scariest thing that I will, besides H1N1, that I will ever have to overcome. I won't know what it's like until I literally go through it, because I've never been through anything like this before. So I don't want good luck, good vibes. I need prayers. Like, this is life-altering medical issue, pretty much. I need prayers like I've never needed them before. So that's really been weighing on me, and I've just been thinking and praying about it a lot. And so that was the big news that I wanted to tell you guys. Is basically, I'm like 99% sure that I'm having spine surgery in 2019. I don't know how fast my ortho wants to get moving on this. Like, it could be, I don't know. It could be next year. I have no idea. It could be 2020. I have no idea what this looks like or how long the whole process is. I will link a video about Halo traction down below, because it's really hard to understand. The video is really good, except it shows kids that are mobile. So like, there's some things that are walking traction. These kids don't have OI. So like, if you have OI, they want you to be in a wheelchair and you do Halo traction. I obviously wouldn't do the walking traction. You can see what the traction looks like. And I've heard it feels really good, so I don't know. So I'll link that down below. And I've also talked about this a little bit more in my vlogs, like, not more in depth, like I've told you guys everything on this channel. I'm not going to be updating on the November 1st appointment on this channel. I'm definitely going to be vlogging this whole journey on my vlog channel, and I'll be updating on the appointment, that channel. So be sure to subscribe if this is a point in my life, a section of my life that you're interested in hearing more about, because you're not going to hear too much about it on this channel. I'm going to be doing a video once we have this full solid plan of like step 1, step 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever it may look like. Then I'll do a video, and then I won't be doing another video till like the day before saying, hey guys, I'm going into surgery. From there I won't be doing another video on it. Then I'll be doing a Q&A about Halo traction and spinal fusion, because I've been looking up information about this from like other individuals with OI, and I've talked to my friends, but like, there's like no information online. So I want to make videos to kind of educate people about it, and maybe so that if someone else with OI is going through this or will be going through this in the future, that it'll be a resource for them, because right now I don't really have any resources of what it looks like for an individual type 3. Be doing a Q&A, but those will be the only 2 other videos about the Halo traction and spinal fusion that you'll see on this channel. Everything else with that will be on my vlog channel. That was kind of the big news with that. It's just been a very difficult season. This is a really, just like I said, bombshell of news. Was not expecting this. I also lost 2 friends, unrelated. They passed away on the same day. They weren't even like acquaintances. They were like my best friends, and so it's been hard. But I wanted to update you guys on this difficult season. In a matter of a week, I found out about my spine and what this process looks like, the risks and the benefits. 2 of my very best friends passed away. So it's been a very difficult month, a very difficult season in my life right now. And so I ask for your prayers that things start to look up. And thank you all for your love and support. And this is just an emotional, scary, difficult season. Please leave any questions you have about this in the comments below. And those are the 2 things that have been going on. Oh, at the clinic I did also find out that I have astigmatism, so I need glasses for seeing far away. That was the only other groundbreaking information I found out at the clinic. But again, thank you for all your love and prayers through this difficult season, and thank you for allowing me to share about my difficult season, for allowing me to share this difficult season of my life with you and what's been going on. I'll see you guys in my next video. Leave video requests because I'm going to have to pre-film for 3 months during the spinal fusion thing. So I'm obviously not going to start pre-filming yet because I don't know what's going to happen. But leave like 3 months worth of video stuff down below because morning and night routine can't happen. I do not have time to hire a videographer yet. Leave 3 months worth of video requests down below because I also have to do that to prepare for this. I love you guys and thank you again for allowing me to share this difficult season in my life, and I hope that, I know there's reason for everything, and I hope that things start to improve and look up soon and that we can get through this. Bye guys.